Hey guys, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 4. As always, I am DemonFriend93, and last time we found our way into the underground and defeated Undead King Drager to get the Rainbow Crystal, and now we are starting an unusual betrayal. Lord Landru used to be one of Amelia's strongest supporters, but word has reached Amelia that he has raised an army against her. All attempts to contact him have been rebuked. What is going on? Amelia was compelled to find out why, and to make matters worse, one of Solomar's captains has entered the territory intent on causing trouble. Victory condition is defeat the Sir Landru hero, and lose condition is lose Amelia Nighthaven. Carry over Amelia Nighthaven and General Tharge, and all of their spells, experience, and skills will carry over to a later map. All of your heroes will have a maximum level of 30.
I was once forced to judge a soldier responsible for burning and slaughtering an entire village.
Interesting.
He insisted that he was innocent because his commanding officer ordered him to do the crime.
Why would a genie be
I
judge?
judged him guilty. All men are accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
He should have disobeyed that order, just as I should have disobeyed my master.
Okay. So Solomar's starting to turn. To my great surprise, I received 3 separate reports that one of my most loyal supporters, Lord Landru, is raising an army against me. I tried several times to confirm these reports over the last few weeks, but none of the messengers returned. I can only imagine the worst, but still I can't imagine my Lord Landru would raise arms against me. I have eaten several meals with the man. More than that, he was committed to the idea of an orderly and just leadership for Great Arcan. He swore his life to my kingdom and to me. And he was a handsome man, friendly and charming. I had hoped when all this business with King Magnus was over that we might be able to sit down to dinner with each other once again. Now I am being told that he is a traitor and my mortal enemy. Why? Oh, yeah, I know. Reasons. Alright, so we're back to being able to get the Cloud Castle only. Oh, interesting. This one wants us to get Nazha's. Well, I don't know if I want Nazha's, really. I want you to go into the castle. There you go. My, this map is quite larger than the other one. I've come to this part of Great Arcan to settle the mystery surrounding Lord Landru's stunning betrayal. Unfortunately, when I met with the other nobles in this area to make some sense of Landru's sudden change of heart, I learned nothing. He's a traitor, my queen. Just when we were about to put things back together, Landru is trying to destroy it. He's as bad as the bandits and pirates who used to plague this land, said pompous Lord Oliver. I don't think we need to go that far, Oliver. That's not far enough, my queen, shouted Lady Miranda. Landru needs to be strung up by his neck as an example to those who wish to threaten us in the future. I don't think we need to go that far. Landru was a trusted friend. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, at least until I find out why he is building this army. But Oliver and Miranda would hear nothing more. They returned to their respective lands to raise an army of their own and to personally bring Landru's head to me. I can't blame them, really. They feel betrayed, as do I. But a cool head is needed at a time like this. Due to their actions, I have been forced to split my forces. Before Oliver and Miranda return home, my troops will capture and imprison them until this is over. Even though it leaves their homes without leadership, I just can't have them out there fighting Landru until I know what happened. Landru must remain alive until I can learn why he's turned against me. I must know what I did to make him change so suddenly. Oh, during times like this, I wish I were still a common alchemist assistant. I almost read that as assassin. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yep. Leave the rest. A genie scout spotted some troops hidden in a forest this morning. They wore the colors of King Magnus, which troubles me. How did they get into this land without me knowing about it? And where did they go? When I sent someone to deal with them, Magnus's troops couldn't be found. It was as if they had disappeared. Tharge suspects they have a secret way into this land whether through magic or a hidden tunnel. Either way, if the immortal king's troops can just march right into my land, I must watch my back closely. Yikes. Ah, what the fuck? Hello. Sea monster. Okay, town there. Great, we've got an area of water. Lovely. Oh, hey mechs. Oh boy. You fucking stop that right now. My military advisor Tharge brought a rugged-looking man before me today. He's a fisherman looking for some coin. He has an interesting story to tell, Tharge announced. Then he shoved the sailor forward. The fisherman dropped to one knee and bowed his head. It is a pleasure, my queen. Pleasure. Please stand, I said. Tell your story and be quick about it, Tharge grumbled. So the fisherman told me how he was out late one afternoon because the pickings had been small that day. He saw a pair of genies flying through the air holding a young man between them. That was odd enough, but when he noticed the young man's hands were bound behind his back, he was their prisoner. Odd, I said. I hadn't sent any genies flying over the ocean with a prisoner. Where were they headed? I asked. I watched them all the way to Asp Isle. I would have tried to help the lad after they left, except no ship or boat for that matter can land there. It's completely surrounded by treacherous rocks, the fisherman said. I asked one of my assistants to pay the fisherman for his story. Once the man was gone, I turned to Tharge, who was frowning deeply. Who do you think took the prisoner to Asp Isle? I asked the dwarf. Could be anyone. Landru, Oliver, Miranda, even Magnus. My wager would be Landru, though, Tharge said. Mine too, but why? I said. Then to no one in particular, I said, I think I would like to have a conversation with this young man. Indeed. Okay. Fair point. Tharge and I sat down today during the midday break to discuss the actions of our enemy. Landru's captains are taking as much territory as they can, but they don't seem too concerned with garrisoning troops along the way. They're more concerned with taking land, not keeping it. We can take advantage of that, Tharge said. What about the towns and villages he's taken? How has he treated the people? Tharge spat on the ground before he answered. Landru locks them all up, and then those he can't throw in prison cells, he throws shackles around their hands and feet, and puts them to work in the fields and mines. He's no better than a slaver. It was still difficult to believe that one man could change so much in such a short time, and with no warning. We must put a stop to it, Tharge. But no matter what crimes Landru has committed, I still don't want him killed needlessly. Do you understand? I said, knowing that like the nobles Oliver and Miranda, my military advisor fostered an intense hatred for Landru. Uh-oh. Purple tent! Let's take these boys on, shall we? Catapult. Destroyed. Gate down, bitches. Oh, get fucked. You don't know who you're dealing with here. You're dead. 4 halflings, give me 2 ghosts. I've captured an angel point. Because we can't get a goddamn angel. Go figure. Where's the tavern? Fair enough. I woke up last night with a sensation that someone was touching my cheek, but there was no one there. A dream, but just as I was about to settle back into bed, I noticed a weight on my lap. It was a letter sealed with a blue wax parrot. Oddly, I found myself excited. I hadn't heard from Salmer in quite a while, and even though he was my enemy, I have missed him since his escape from my prison. So after I lit a candle, I tore open the letter and read, "Fair Queen Amelia, it is out of respect for connection between us that I plead with you to surrender Great Arcan to my master Gavin Magnus, or at least take yourself quickly from its borders. I know it sounds like nothing else comes out of my lips, but we warned that Salmer ibn Wali Barad is no longer in control, but his master, the immortal king. I would tell you more, but my tongue is bound by my oath. May we never meet again. This time I truly mean it. Salmer ibn Wali Barad." You die now. Go ahead, keep trying. See how that works out for you. Goodbye. You probably should not have done that. Tharge and another dwarf approached with large grins on their rugged faces. Something was up, and it seemed to be good news, something I could really use right about now. "My queen," Tharge said, "allow me to introduce Gord. He's a miner who recently came into our service. I've had him working on a special project of mine, one that's paid off." It was a little disconcerting that Tharge hadn't told me about this idea before now. "So, Grod, what is it?" I asked, giving the man permission to speak before his head exploded. Pacing around excitedly, Gord said, "I have found the secret lair of our enemy, my queen. You see, General Tharge here suspected that the enemy was nearby, perhaps underground, so he had me search for tunnels. After many weeks of hard work, I finally found one and dug an entrance into it. We can finally put an end to the harassing attacks from Salmer's agents," Tharge boasted. "Indeed, it would be a relief not to have to worry about the attacks from the rear. But is it worth it to split my forces now?" Well, that's something you gotta make the decision on. Jeez. From the outside, it appears to be a normal home, but when you enter, you find half a dozen old sailors sitting around on a bench drinking. To your surprise, it's a pub. You sit down and order a drink from the innkeeper. After an hour in the pub, you learn that one old sailor would like nothing better than to meet a beautiful queen. "When I die and go before the lady of the ways, I'd like to be able to say I was kissed by a queen," the old man says. "You're crazy. Why would some prissy queen want to kiss an old toothless geezer like you?" says one of the other sailors. The old man points at his head and says, "I still got some useful stuff up here. A man doesn't sail at the sea for more than 50 years and learn nothing, does he? You wonder if he knows a way to land on Asp Isle, and if a kiss from the Queen of Great Arcan will do." Everyone's mouth drops at the sight of you. Even in your travel clothes, they can tell by the crown resting on your head that you are royalty. "Will someone get Queen Amelia Nighthaven of Great Arcan some wine?" a dwarf in the back, one of your soldiers in disguise, announces. Immediately the place comes to life as several of the men rush to find a wine bottle. One of them wipes some scum from a dirty glass, and another cleans one of the stools with his shirt sleeve. "Thank you," you tell them all. Then you see the old sailor who wants to be kissed by a queen and say, "Good sir, can you help me? I need to know how to pass through the rocks around Asp Isle." "I'll draw you a map, my lady," he says, asking the others for paper and ink. Soon he draws Asp Isle and places an X near the shore on the small island. "The rocks in this area are magic, my queen. You see, they're not real," the old sailor says. "Really? Illusions? How clever." Then you bend forward and kiss the old man squarely on the lips. "Thank you, good sir." The old man blushes as his friends stare in shock. Sometimes it's good to be queen. Sure. So what side of the... Ah, that's the side. Alright. Fair enough. As you approach the inn, you notice a commotion outside. A man screams that someone stole the food from his satchel. "I demand justice," he shouts as you ride up. "But sir, no one saw anything," the innkeeper says. "I'm very sorry, but we've been having problems with a thief in these parts lately. We haven't been able to find him. I'd be more than willing to replace which has been stolen." "I should say you will," the angry traveler yells. "You could at least warn us that thieves walk this land." "Not thieves, sir, just one thief." You ride on, deciding not to get involved. Interesting. Righty then. Time to slay some bitches. No archers for you, I'm afraid. Come on then. Quit being a fucking coward and die like a man. Poor bastard. I've captured the place. Alright. It does take a lot to kill you fuckers, doesn't it? It's a good thing they're all idiots. Here we go. Not bad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, they're all dead. Only lost one dwarf and one Naja. Asp Isle. Read, the guards have abandoned this prison, leaving the key to the door hanging on a hook just out of reach of the captive. Probably someone's cruel idea of a joke. Then you hear a cry from within the prison. "Free me and I will join you," Reed says. The young malnourished man can barely walk, but he insists on walking from his prison on his own power. He squints up at the blue sky, takes a deep breath, and then introduces himself as Reed, assistant to Lord Landrew. "I thought I would die there," he says. "You are safe now," I say. "No one is safe, not anymore, as long as the immortal king lives." "What happened to Landrew and the rest?" I ask. Reed takes a moment to summon the courage and strength to speak. "I returned late from visiting my family, so it was all over by the time I rode into town. I saw my Lord Landrew standing stiff before our enemy, the genie known as Salomer. The genie was seated in a wagon, and standing in the back of the wagon was a giant pendulum with a massive crystal swinging back and forth. I sensed the powerful magic that was at work even from a great distance. Then I saw the death of my lord's spirit. He became like a golem without a will of his own. So now I understand how such a loyal supporter could turn traitor. A powerful enchantment. I ran," Reed said guiltily. "I turned and ran instead of attempting to save him. I am a coward." I tried to comfort him, but the young servant won't hear any of it. Alrighty then. I don't have room for you in my army. I'm leaving you on this island. Bye. So long. So sorry. Come on then. You think yourself tough? You're sadly mistaken. Goodbye. Weakling. Let's break on in. There you go. Thank you. You made my job so much easier. Alrighty then. This town is now ours.